Hello there, YouTube viewers. So today I'm back and I wanted to have a little chat with you about cuticle care. So yes, this is a beauty blog, and basically cuticles are incredibly important for keeping healthy nails and healthy skin, and they definitely need proper attention and care. Now, I think they do tend to get neglected quite a lot, especially judging from the state of some of the cuticles from my clients when they come in. But it's a very important part of the nail. So just to kind of explain what it does, I'll do my best, but I haven't yet worked out my webcam, which kind of goes, it kind of matches with me, but I keep trying to go in reverse. Anyway, so I'll do my best, bear with me. So basically your cuticle, which is this little bit down here, okay, so what that does is basically that protects all of the dirt, grit, day-to-day grime that you pick up on your hands. We know we live in a very filthy world, and basically stops all the dirt and grime getting down underneath the nail and then beneath the skin down into what is known as a matrix. Now, to talk biology very quickly, basically the matrix is the part where it's the only living organism, living cell within the nail. All of this up here, these are dead cells. So basically what happens is your nail all grows from this little area here. So if you have like ridges that grow through your nail that never seem to grow out, it's because you've knocked that, maybe slammed it in a car door or something like that, or bashed it. Then and basically means you've done permanent damage to your matrix. So anyway, that then shows up in your nail plate as it grows. So that's a very brief description of how your nail is formed. Very brief, actually. So anyway, basically neglecting this part of the nail, okay, it can also result in overgrowing. Now, if you have overgrown cuticles, you'll know, because basically your cuticles will not be tucked in, as you can see in there. Obviously, being a nail technician, I try to keep mine as immaculate as can be. But yeah, so what will happen is sometimes it's very sticky, the cuticle skin, and it can actually stick, and it doesn't, even if you've neglected them, it can sometimes just be unfortunate for some people, and basically it will stick to your nail plate, and as your nail grows up, the skin grows with it, which again, it's not aesthetically pleasing. It can grow thick and tough and can become quite difficult to push back, and I believe it can become quite painful and uncomfortable as well. But anyway, so what you need to do is you need to make sure that that stays off of your nail plate. So I've come up with a few tips, and maybe I'll start the first tip with a big fat don't. So I've come up with a few tips for keeping your cuticles in good condition, because although it is aesthetically pleasing, it's also very important for your nail growth as well. So first of all, I will start with a big fat don't. So on no account must you ever cut the cuticle. Okay, what will happen is it will grow back tougher, thicker, you might rip, it's going to bleed, it's going to hurt, it's minging. Please don't ever cut or chew on it or bite it. Don't do any of that. Just follow the rest of these tips. Keep your cuticles in nice condition, and then you won't feel the need to destroy them with teeth, scissors, knives, whatever horrendous blunt tools you decide to cut your cuticles with. Okay, so I have a few tools next to me here. First of all, invest in a very good cuticle oil. Generally speaking, with my clients, I use NSI products. However, I'm currently designing my own cuticle oil, which will be coming out soon on my online shop, Georgie B's Den. I will link it because I have no shame in self-promotion. Now, anyway, at the moment though, I am trialling this cuticle oil, which comes from a company I have blogged about before called Bubb and Dimples. Fantastic London-based independent company with products that aren't tested on animals, if that appeals to you. And oh, they are just so divine. I won't go into it again. But anyway, so I'm currently trialling this. Now, this is actually a very good one for literally sitting in your handbag. Most of the cuticle oils that I use, I tend to come with a little dripper. And I don't have one with me, which, there we go. Haha, prepared. That come like this. This is my NSI one. Nurture oil. So it comes like a little dripper. And it can be quite messy, but you know, it's kind of fun. Anyway, it's moisturising. So you just lightly just drip it onto your cuticle and rub it in. You can rub it into your whole hands. It's not going to do any harm at all. It's going to keep your skin nice and healthy. Twice a day, really, you should be putting cuticles on, minimum. I have a tendency, in my day job, I work in a call centre, and I have a tendency to sit when I'm on the phones and just literally drench my hands in this stuff. But anyway, back to this one. So this is from Bubb and Dimples, and it's got a real earthy smell. I'm trying to pinpoint what oil is in it, but it's very earthy. I still can't work it out. I want to say cedarwood, but I don't think it is cedarwood at all. I think I'm well off the mark. So yeah, this is great for sitting in your handbag. It's got a tiny little roller ball, and literally all you're going to be doing, which is really good for massaging the matrix as well, because that helps promote growth. So you're literally just rubbing it round like that, and then rubbing it into the nail. As so. It's very easy to use. So yeah, so go and check out Bubb and Dimples for that, because that is a fantastic item to be sitting in your bag, and it smells gorgeous, and like with my NSI oils, works fantastically. So yeah, so like I say, it's going to encourage growth, it's going to keep your cuticles soft, healthy. Any kind of massage on your skin around your nails is always good, and it's good to keep it moisturised and very hydrated. Tip number 3, I believe we're on. I shall go back to my tools. Invest in a, well, not, you don't even have to really invest in a good cuticle remover. I'm actually currently sporting acrylic extensions. So women, some men, who may have extensions put on, you'll be going for regular maintenance every 3 weeks anyway when you go and have them infilled. So generally speaking, your cuticles will be in fairly nice order, I suppose. However, it won't do any harm to kind of keep up a regular routine, and especially those who don't go for regular manicures, who don't go for any extensions or any kind of nail treatment. This is vital, especially if you have overgrown cuticles. So this is another one of the tools that I use. I use NSI Cuticle Dissolve. It basically, you're rubbing it onto the cuticle area. This is especially good if you have overgrown cuticles and you're trying to push it back, because as a nail technician, you won't be cutting or pushing them back very far if they're overgrown. It can be quite a lengthy process because shoving it back is going to hurt. So yeah, it's a gradual system. So tiny little bit of cream. Now, if you can't get hold of any kind of cuticle remover, Vaseline is going to be just as good, or some kind of moisturiser, which I happen to have here. I'm still trying some Bubb and Dimples products, so yeah, any kind of moisturising cream, or even when you've hopped out of the bath or shower, the steam and stuff will have softened that area. So you're literally just going to rub in any kind of cream. Cuticle remover is obviously the best. Now, obviously, as a professional, we have these great metal tools, but you can just get a cotton bud even, or get one of these little cuticle hooves that are easy to pick up pretty much anywhere, like Superdrug, Boots, any kind of shop. And I'll show you with the plastic one actually. Basically, all you're going to be doing, if I can do this because I can't see the camera, you're literally just going to be gently pushing the cuticle back. There. I hope you can see this because I can't see what I'm doing on the camera. Yeah, so you're gently just sort of pushing it back there, not too hard. You're going to know if it's too hard because you're going to hurt yourself. Little circular movements, and get right down the sides as well. So rub that in. So that's vital. Like I say, if they are really overgrown, it might be worth going to get a professional manicure, not to make you part with your money, but just because they're going to have products and tips and tricks that are actually that you can't necessarily buy in the shops, and they'll be able to kind of get them down a little bit for you. So it might be worth a couple of manicures if they are really overgrown, and then you can obviously keep up the aftercare in your own time as well. So finally, I did kind of mention it earlier, a good moisturiser. It's not only vital for your cuticles and your nails in general, it's actually vital for keeping all of the skin on your hands hydrated as well. And I am just talking about the hands, but this does apply to your feet as well. All of these tips that I'm giving today can also be applied to your feet to keep your feet looking nice, because good cuticles, nice, short toenails do look really nice, and once you have good healthy looking nails, I think it does actually kind of make your whole foot look really nice and healthy. Like if you've ever gone and had a pedicure and had a French polish, or the Hollywood toes treatment as well actually is great, and your feet just come out glowing. They look gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, so apply these to hands and feet too. So yeah. Anyway, hydrating the skin is needed. It's a must. Number 1 rule, I imagine. So any kind of moisturiser. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can be cheapo, 99p from Savers. Doesn't really matter. I personally don't like the really, really cheap ones because I find they leave a bit of a coating on my hand and they make my hands feel dirty. So I end up putting moisturiser on and then having to spray them with a sanitizer, and so my hands are just caked in product. products all day. So I do tend to invest in quite expensive ones, but literally just anything. And like with the cuticle oil as well, you can always just concentrate on massaging it in around the skin to keep that nice and soft, so it's not sticking to your nails, so it's keeping in the right place, doing its right job. You don't even have to give yourself a massage or anything with it. Just twice a day minimum, along with the cuticle oil. Try and get in a routine when you get up in the morning before you go to bed at night. A little bit of cuticle oil around your nails, and then finish up with the hand cream as well, just to keep everything looking nice, because it also helps to promote young skin as well, keeps the skin looking healthy, and helps prevent the signs of aging. So we are talking about fine lines, brown spots, maybe sort of little wrinkling of the skin as it loses elasticity, and also sort of dry patches and things like that. But there are also other signs to watch that appear on your nails, which is why a good nail care regime is vital for keeping hands looking young. I mean, some of them are kind of indicators of old age, and there's not much you can do about it. So if you have really weak split nails that you literally, they just will not grow, you know, and they just get to a certain point and they'll just split and crack and break no matter what you do, then it's possibly just a sign of aging. Spots on the nails doesn't always mean a calcium deficiency. I don't know if you were like me growing up, you had a white spot on your nail, it meant you weren't getting enough calcium. It's not actually true. It's a little bit of a myth. But yeah, so white spots on the nails as well, and ridges, deep ridges set into the nails. It can be a sign of damage, and it can also be a sign of age or medication, things like that. So anyway, so yeah, so you obviously can't stop aging. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend any otherwise. But you can definitely keep it at bay. And there are some other suggestions as well. So the suggestions that I have that you may not like to hear, but a healthy diet, unfortunately, is but we should all be promoting a healthy diet. I am obsessed with healthy eating, mainly because, in short, I'm a vegetarian and I am gluten and lactose intolerant. So pretty much rules out a lot of foods for me. So I tend to eat a lot of greens, fruit, and definitely a lot of veg. I eat probably more veg than I do fruit, along with a lot of nuts and seeds. I'm almost resembling a squirrel some days, or a small wild rodent. But yeah, they're great, especially the seeds, a lot of fatty acids and great for the skin. Pineapple is fantastic for the skin, and also what I do as well, I take a vitamin A supplement. Now, I would be careful. I'm not going to sit here and tell everyone to run out and get yourself a vitamin A supplement, because it very much depends on what else you're eating in your diet. I will put another link down here somewhere along this video on an article I wrote about healthy hair, skin, nails and supplements as well. So give it a read. And if you're not sure, obviously go and talk to someone far more professional on health than me. I'm just a nail technician, but I do take quite a high supplement of about 8,000 IUS. I know you shouldn't exceed 10,000 in a day, but like I say, it depends on what else you eat, really. So keep an eye on that as well. And my third tip for keeping good nails is, obviously, if you are having enhancements done, go to a reputable nail technician. Just because someone is charging you a tenner doesn't mean you're getting a bargain. I know plenty of people who have been and paid cheap prices to have extensions put on and ended up with infections, tetanus shots, and there are so many horror stories. Just Google it and you will see. So yeah, and if you are going to be you know, having regular maintenance on your nails, just even paying £10-15 more is worth it in the long run, because like with tattoos and other beauty care, you get what you pay for. Obviously, if they're doing a deal, then that's a little bit different. But generally speaking, make sure you're going to someone reputable. Don't just go to them because it's cheap. I cannot express that enough. You know, you may find that a lot of people end up with painful nails from having extensions and gel polishes put on, you know, like the shellac. It shouldn't hurt. None of this should hurt, and if it hurts, it's because it's damaging your nails. So look after your nails, because once they've been filed down and you've lost tons of layers of your nail plate, it takes years and years to grow back. So please invest in a good nail technician. But if you do have any other questions or anything like that, anything that you would like me to cover, then please comment in the box below, and I'll see what I can do. So until next time, guys, take care. Bye bye.